Welcome back to the fourth I3O Podcast episode. Last week we promised a discussion on eating hamsters. Yes. But we won't just be discussing eating hamsters, but also apparently getting hamsters drunk.
Very interesting.
Anyways, we'll be starting with, we have to introduce our co-host today. Andreas, I'm not going to give your full name.
No.
Because this is going on YouTube.
Actually,
tell us a little bit about yourself. Let me look up his address and his phone number.
Yeah.
Andreas, tell us a little bit about yourself. And you got to talk loudly because the microphone is over here.
I shall explain my very big passion about hamsters.
How did it begin, Andreas? Was it when you were gnawed
It's
by a
the
hamster?
addiction, isn't it? It's an addiction.
It is indeed.
It's going out of hand.
Mostly the fur.
The hamster epidemic.
The hamster.
Andreas, when did you first see a hamster? Have you ever held a hamster in your hands?
I have indeed. Some friends of us had a hamster, and I got to hold it. And that was the moment
Now,
I realized.
going straight to the point, did the hamster die by any chance?
Yes, but it was not me.
So did
It
you
was not
have
you.
to kill it?
Because-
absolutely not.
Because that is one
Did
thing.
you eat afterwards, though? No. You didn't eat it
No, I
afterwards.
didn't.
What a
Yeah.
waste.
You broke
It's-
it all.
It's
You
one
broke
thing
it
we're
all.
going to discuss later, in fact. When it's okay and not okay to eat your hamster.
Yes.
I think we should jump straight into it. If I can find the link.
A home.
Today, our main source will be Pet Nudge. That is petnudge.com on the internet.com.
We are very sponsored.
We are sponsored by petnudge.com on how to eat hamsters. The title of the article is "What Does a Hamster Taste Like?" It was posted on May 6th, 2022 by Nicole.
Nicole. Very interesting name.
Cool.
When I click the link, it leads me to another article that says, "Can hamsters use beach sand?" We will save that for a different topic. This article is very helpful to us. Not only because it's pretty
girthy.
funny. It's pretty...
Girthy.
It makes you want to cackle, let's say. But it's also really interesting with subheadlines such as,
Pressurized air, yeah.
"What do hamsters eat? Can you eat a hamster? How to prepare hamsters? What nutrients do hamsters add to the human body? Reasons that can make you eat your hamster. Pros of eating a hamster. Cons of eating a hamster. How can you humanely kill and butcher a hamster for consumption?" And frequently asked questions.
Frequently asked question. Let us go straight to the frequently asked question part.
Okay, our first frequently asked question, and I want you to give your opinion on this.
Okay.
First, I was reading wrong. Do hamsters have a lot of meat on them? And I want you to answer this. This is a new, we shifted completely. This is a hamster quiz.
If I had to bet, I would say no. They have quite tiny amount of meat on them.
You would be right. According to Pet Nudge, hamsters are small animals, and they do not have a lot of meat on them.
But isn't that why you swallow them whole with fur and everything?
Yeah, exactly. And you just spit out the fur bowl after.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Of course, you're supposed to swallow the hamster whole. Alternatively, I guess you could make
the
it
hamster
in
whole?
You
Where
could,
is the
you could
hamster
swallow
whole?
the hamster whole.
Oh, okay.
You really want me to have to edit this part out?
No, it's okay. No, it's
Great.
right. It's a good clarification.
Apparently, you can make hamster stew. Andres, what do you think
Hamsters
about
what?
eating hamsters? Do you think it's ethical?
I think eating hamster is not very ethical.
What? Excuse me.
Andres, are we gonna have to kick you out of this group right now?
Andreas. No, okay, sure. This
But
is an
listen-
open discussion. Why would you
Elaborate on
Listen. It's like chicken.
Apparently, it does taste like chicken. Yes.
Yeah.
That's indeed right.
So
if
you
you take a
ate
chicken
the hamster.
from your garden and you just eat it,
Yeah.
would you say that's ethical?
100%.
Are chickens not meant to be eaten?
The only purpose of chickens is to be eaten.
I can't wait to get Ginevra to listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's completely ethical to eat hamsters.
I
I don't
completely
just think
agree.
it's ethical. I think it's a moral imperative that we eat as many hamsters as possible.
Especially since, the whole world is based on no energy should be lost, right? So when we're talking about, killing a hamster if it's too sick to live or it's suffering, and once you kill it, what do you have left to do? Well, I mean, you could bury it, right? or eat it.
But is burying the hamster ethical though?
If it's
No.
dead, what are you
Actually,
gonna do if
Here's the
it's-
thing.
if a hamster is dead and you're not burying him or eating? What are you gonna do with him?
Freeze him.
I think this leads to a very interesting point regarding another
Freeze it.
article I found.
Maybe we just found a new business. What if we created like freezed hamsters, right? In every single
Hamster
shop.
popsicle.
In every single shop.
A hamster popsicle.
Exactly like the frozen
You
pizza.
freeze them and then you just lick them.
You get all the fur on your tongue as well.
But you know,
And it's just reusable. You put it back in the freezer.
but you know, this could be a new business, right?
Freezing
Norway has
hamster.
Grandiosa. Now we need a frozen hamster.
Yosa.
Frozen hamster yosa. Yeah, you know what? That sounds like a disease, like a
I don't
proper
think so.
pandemic.
Speaking of not wasting hamsters, I think this leads very well into another article I found, which I had not told you guys about before. And it is titled, Why Do Hamsters Eat Each Other?
That
The
is
sad
very
truth.
interesting. Do hamsters actually eat each other?
Well, do hamsters cannibalize? Under normal conditions, most breeds of hamsters don't cannibalize. However, a number of things can force even the friendliest breeds of hamsters to become ferocious cannibals. Almost all the dwarf breeds of hamsters have a low tendency of cannibalizing. In contrast, Syrian hamsters and Chinese hamsters have a high tendency of cannibalizing if they live in groups. And I think hamsters are more like humans than what we realize.
I just realized. You know what? You're completely correct, but it gets even weirder than that. I have heard of a hamster from a known YouTuber known as KSI.
Never heard of him.
Knowledge, strength, integrity.
Never heard
Yeah,
of it.
this guy. His hamster, apparently, who's dead now, ate his
Impossible.
own leg.
That sounds believable, yeah.
He nibbled on his own little leg and then it hops. It disappeared.
Wait.
First-
Hamster.
He ate his own leg. Yeah, for fun.
Personally,
Just
I'm
for fun.
I'm interested in this in the subtitle.
Cage
Rage.
Cage
That's the
rage.
reason why.
Brilliant.
imagine putting that, like being a vet and you look at a hamster, right? They bring it in. It's eaten its own leg. Like it's eaten.
cage
It's
rage
just
right
eaten
here.
its brother, and you have to write officially. The hamster seems to be suffering from cage rage. Let me read it out. Hamsters are a bit vulnerable to cage rage, a psychological disorder that animals in cage sometimes suffer from. When a hamster suffers from cage rage, it becomes very aggressive towards other hamsters and humans. Such aggression can lead to cannibalism. Hamsters that live in inconducive, I don't speak English, inconducive cage are more vulnerable to cage rage than ones that live in, I can't read that word either. Can we
You're
just
so
log off
bad.
for today? I think we're good today.
I can read it for you.
Why do hamsters eat their own babies? Wait a second. Slow down.
Where did you edit this article on?
I don't know. I just searched up hamster
Hamsters that
consumption.
live in an inconducive cage are more vulnerable to cage rage than the ones that live in a conducive cage. A hamster that suffers from cage rage will not only attack other hamsters but also be restless, even when it stays all by itself.
If a hamster isn't supposed to be eaten, why does it have ham in its name?
That is a great point, actually. I never thought about it.
I think that it's a message
And
that
a
hamsters are sending to us.
hamster is like, you know when you have a joke and a jokester?
Yeah.
He is a hamster.
Or hamster, but jokesters make like jokes, right?
Yeah, so
does
he
that mean
makes ham.
hamsters make ham? This is nuts. This is unbelievable. Unacceptable, actually. I don't. Would you personally eat a ham made by a ham? This is going so poorly. Anyways, moving on to our
What are you
next
talking
topic.
about? I think it's going well. Andreas,
I think-
bring something into the conversation.
Yeah, contribute to the group.
Define the hamster.
Please let's not go down this road again. I think the issues that we already talked about.
Yes.
But I think it's a very, very important question to ask. What does a hamster taste like? If
Chicken, apparently.
no,
Or
if
rabbit.
alcohol is included.
It's a great question.
No, but if you swallow a hamster, do you taste it at all?
Maybe.
Speaking
Like, I
of
guess
which,
it depends on how dirty it is, because it's gonna get on your tongue anyways.
yeah, but
So if it's like a really dirty hamster,
if
you
you
could be able
swallow
to
a hamster, isn't there a possibility of him kind of like going like this in your throat. And then,
Hamster has its revenge.
hamster, a hamster like blocks him away from going down the road. He goes like, he holds himself, and then he starts nibbling on your throat.
Imagine that being the
He
reason
starts
of
saying,
death.
if I go down, you go down with me.
Reason of death, choked on a hamster.
Bitten through by a hamster.
That's an interesting ending, not gonna lie.
It's a tragic ending. Someone had to die like this. You need to search this up.
What?
You need to search it up.
Died swallowing a hamster.
There's no way this is real.
Wait, no. I'm reading some. South Korean teacher kills and swallows a hamster. That's not what we were talking about.
What?
I don't think there are many.
South Korean teacher kills and swallows a hamster.
I don't think there's many examples of hamsters choking people. Imagine that. Imagine you live with a hamster, and at night it just gets out of its cage saying, "I will have
Yo. You.
You have only changed my water one time this year."
Wait, but hamsters don't live in water. What do you mean? You've only changed my water. It's like fish.
It's
Speaking of which, can hamsters swim?
Oh, that's a good question. No, but that's a thing. How about we just, to save fishes and save the ocean, we just clean the ocean every once in a while?
Yeah, we clean the ocean.
You know how you clean a fish tank?
We switch.
Let's do that with the ocean.
We switch the water. We pump it all out. And
You're
we
like,
pump it
hold
all
on, the sea levels are gonna drop a little bit.
in.
You got to clean it. Can hamsters swim?
Hamsters swim and are good at swimming.
Wow. Don't feed them onions though.
No.
What happens if you feed an onion to a hamster? Because we know this can have some intense consequences.
It really does. It completely destroys the hamster's natural biome.
Apparently, it may result in damage to the red blood cells. Personally, I believe it'll just turn the hamster into like a super hamster, right?
No,
that can
I
choke
think-
you when you swallow it.
I think once it's like cyanide, but for hamsters. Onion.
It's like you have the hamster spice. And you have the little pill with like onion
like,
inside.
you put it in their little food, and they just immediately drops dead.
It may result in damage.
But
to
does
the
that
red blood
mean
cells.
there could be potentially a hamster Rasputin?
Could we have a hamster communist revolution? Is what I'm getting.
We need to see that.
The great hamster uprising.
But the hamster industrial revolution will already happen soon, as they're a great source of energy.
True. Some animals have entered like the Stone Age. I think chimpanzees have entered the Stone Age or something.
Have they actually?
Yeah.
That is impressive.
You should believe me 100%. I know that fact.
Oh.
However,
Did you know
Um,
ostriches don't actually hide their head in the sand when they're scared?
you see, I've heard that, but I don't believe it's true.
Well,
Why would the cartoons lie to me?
For comedic purposes.
I don't think so. Like, cartoons don't lie, right?
I'm pretty sure they lie.
I don't think so.
Like, think about, for example, Adventure Time. Have you ever seen a dog that can, like, stretch his legs out 20 meters up the sky?
I mean, I think you could do it if you tried, but the cops might get you. What were you saying, Andreas?
I wanted to ask a very important question. Do we know
If
the
you mumble, they won't
average
hear you.
size
If
of a
you-
hamster?
You have to talk louder.
I wanted to ask a very important question. Do we know the average size of a hamster?
We
I'm sure
do not
it's-
currently know. That information is completely unknown.
It is, in fact, unknown. Let me do a quick survey.
Okay. But now,
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Like, they weigh, like, they weigh from, like, 85 grams to 150. Grown Syrian hamsters weigh, like, at maximum 150 grams.
85 grams. to
150.
150. Damn, those are some chunker right there.
Really? Like, I think you could fit a lot of hamsters in your... Imagine,
No, I could fit,
imagine
like-
going to the gym and, like, lifting hamster
You would need
buckets.
quite a bit of hamsters, not gonna lie. No, but I think you could fit like 3 or 4 hamsters in your pocket, which are a portable energy source and a heat source.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
think
need
we
to get onto
discussed
that.
the other day.
Yeah, can you elaborate on how we plan to make infinite energy out of Syrian hamsters?
So, we start a breeding farm of hamsters.
Okay.
We pick the most fit and stamina resistant
Why did you point at Andreas?
hamsters that we can find. We breed them together and essentially create the energy breed of hamsters. Why are you laughing? I'm completely serious right now.
That's because Emma pointed at Andreas when you said we picked the most fit hamsters.
And then we build
She meant the opposite.
a whole lot of hamster wheels that are like essentially generators of electricity.
Yeah.
We put the hamsters in all of these hamster wheels and make them run.
Get this, that's a great idea. But what if we put those wheels on cars? What if
Are you saying you're a genius?
hamster-powered cars?
Through hamster-powered cars, we could actually solve a large portion of climate change as well.
Yeah, we just put like
Because you just put in the hamsters in the cars.
you just shove a hamster or two inside of the
But
wheels.
here's the problem: you need to make the hamster run.
You just put like a match under it. Right? I don't know.
No, but then if it stops for a second, it gets burned.
That's true.
And that's not very well economic.
That's
for
not very
hamsters.
money efficient.
So I'm thinking, we take a tiny stick, like a tiny little stick,
don't
and
like
we
where
put
this is
a
going.
tiny carrot
Oh my god. That's a
in
great
front
idea.
of the wheel.
No, we put a tiny little egg. Because hamsters eat
Oh
eggs.
yeah, or a tiny little egg, like an egg white, like a tiny little piece of egg white.
Yeah.
And he's gonna run until the egg white gets rotten.
I think that's a great idea.
And additionally, did you know if you're alone in the Arctic and you only have a huge bag of hamsters with you that you can fit in, the best thing you can do is jump in the heat source.
Exactly. You put all the hamsters in your sleeping bag, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And
You
it works both ways because you
fill-
keep them warm as well.
You fill your entire sleeping bag with hamsters,
Yeah.
and then whenever you're cold, you just jump in.
You just
They're
know
a
what?
great heat
You know
source
what?
as well.
I think we've solved the problem for hypothermia.
I completely agree.
Not only
Miss
that,
Park would be
but
so proud.
also free house heating. What if instead of isolation, we put a whole lot of hamsters in between the walls?
Wouldn't they make the Oompa Loompas unemployed?
Probably.
The ones that are like, the ones
But
that use
get
all
this,
the.
get this. If you have enough of these hamsters, right, the house will immediately get warmer, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah. If I shoved a ton of hamsters in my walls, I
Granted,
think it would get warmer.
there will be a lot of noises, like squeaky, squeaky hamster
I can
noises
cope
around
with
your house. We can cope with that for free heating, right?
Of course.
I mean, we should lead by example and start an experiment right now.
I completely agree.
So we take a hamster, we chop off his legs, and then we take another hamster and we see which one goes further.
Just like the ants.
Just like the ants.
We're not going to elaborate on that. We're not going to
No, we're
provide
not
any
gonna
context.
elaborate on that, no.
I think we can keep that in.
Yeah,
Oh, we're at
100%.
18 minutes. Okay.
Which is a good point to talk about our sponsor.
Andreas. Today's sponsored is
Andreas.
Bikubesong. Can you read us a passage from the book, Andreas? Please, not something that will get us deleted.
Yeah. Come on. Don't be shy.
Han kjørte med...
Just kidding, we're not sponsored by them. Come on now, Andreas, you're so gullible.
No, read it. No, read it.
I'm not reading anything.
Read it.
I command you.
If you won't read it,
They
I
just
will.
cancelled the sponsorship.
No, there was never sponsored. We were just making fun of
Yeah,
you.
it's just thinking about it.
I'll read a passage and you read a passage.
Pretty cool.
I don't like that the passages are so long.
Yeah, no, I feel pretty good.
Familjejul. Han ville ikke at jeg skulle vite om noe som helst. De bare klussa dit hit likevel. Der var en gjeng klossmagere.
Could you get copy strike
En
by
gjeng
this?
klovner de luxe. Selv det minste ting grader de har tør røtte på. Røtte til.
Nicholas, could you get copy strike by
I don't think so. I think this
don't
is great.
think
You
so.
read the next one.
Where is it? Where is it?
Right here, from here.
Where is it?
After rotte til.
Da hadde purken fått 3 forskjellige tips om mistenkelige personer som var på vegg opp til gamlingene. Men gjorde de noe?
Gjorde jeg noe?
Gjorde de noe?
Gjorde jeg noe?
Can we get copyright by this?
No, we won't.
I mean, no one will ever watch this.
It's an
anyway,
audio.
but-
it's an audio reading, right? It's an audio.
Yeah, I mean, it's not enough to be copyright, right?
No.
If wine pudding didn't get us copyright yet,
That's the one I think is gonna get us in trouble.
Frode
to be fair.
Grytten
debuterte med lyrikere i 1983. 4 novellesamler. Senere var han kritikerrøst, men relativt ukjent inntil han kom med
Now,
Prate
how does
Kust
this book
i
fit
20
in with the topic of today's podcast?
It doesn't. Anyways. There is the Syrian hamster, and I think there are bees in Syria.
Nico,
So
come on.
it's
You took so much time to prepare for this podcast.
Yes.
You need to have another topic.
I have kangaroo rats and degus.
Kangaroo rat?
You've never seen a kangaroo
No,
rat?
are they the same thing as hamster?
No, they're rats, but look at them. They jump like kangaroos.
They're kind of disgusting but cute at the same time.
Whoa!
What happened?
She had one.
Really? That's nuts. Now, Emma, can you please elaborate? Oh.
Okay, no. Can you write it out and we'll read it out?
Yeah, you can. You can write it. Like
We need as
mime
much
it out,
information
and then
as we can about kangaroo.
Okay, try to
rats.
like play it out, and then I'm gonna translate it.
Jump.
Jump.
No, that was
walk,
walking.
Walking. Big jump.
Hamster.
Punch.
Is that the kangaroo rat? Okay.
So you're
kangaroo
punching
rat?
a hamster.
Kangaroo rat bite, eat. Kangaroo rat eat. Everything.
Everything.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait,
He's
hold
out for us.
We gotta contact the authorities.
There is a kangaroo rat.
The kangaroo rat actually ate her vocal cords as well. That's just like mime everything out. Kangaroo rats, what about them?
Now, Nicholas, I think we're quite short on time, unfortunately.
I completely agree. Anyways, put the outro music.
We need to cut this one short.